border control, yeah. Right. Our little journey into Switzerland didn't last long. Literally the first hill to descend down felt this really weird feeling from the brake pedal, and then there was a hot smell, and we've had a couple other things going on with the brakes over the last week or so. Anyway, turns out we have no brake pad left on our one front wheel, and so we've got metal on metal grinding. Not good.
Nope.
We're also obviously in Switzerland and everything is really expensive. Alright, so we didn't film much yesterday because I was in a grump after having to fix the brakes. Parked up and it rained all night. But today's a better day. Today's a new day. We are on our way into the bigger mountainous area in Switzerland, and really just want to make the most of it and get into it. So we stopped off at this really cool spot. This is what I wanted. Just mountains everywhere. Beautiful mountain pass. But we got some friends. Hello. Is that a tasty wheel? So the town that we started driving at was about 600 meters above sea level. We're now 1,700 and we've still got to go up. The van is doing so well in second gear, just loving the second gear, and pretty impressed with it. Pretty impressed after our issues with the brakes yesterday. Over the past few months, Callan's had to hear me continuously talk about how I want to be in the mountains. I want them on both sides of us and just immersed with massive mountains all the way around. And she's definitely a beach person, but I've definitely ticked the mountain box today. Just absolutely stoked with where we are. Random pin on Google and definitely deliver the goods. So we did the Furka Pass, and I'm so stoked. I'm loving it. Callan's in the van, she's warm, but I gotta get my step count on my watch. I'm about 800 steps away, so thought, let's go for a walk up the mountain. I think I have a calling to the mountains after growing up in South Africa with mountains in your backyard the whole time, but after living in Australia for 15 years or whatever in a very flat state, WA, I miss the mountains, and these mountains are huge. Plan now is to go get warm, back inside, maybe have a tea and just tuck in for the night, and then tomorrow supposed to be no clouds, who knows, in the mountains. Go for a walk, just enjoy what the mountains have to offer. See you tomorrow. Oh yeah, going up now. Getting steeper and steeper. I got all my layers back on, and now burning up a sweat. So the summit up there is called Klein Fuka Horn. So Klein meaning small, Fuka Horn the name of the area, or the pass and the peak. So that's Klein Fuka Horn. I think the big Fuka Horn is the one still up in clouds, which I'm not going to go to. But game on for Klein Fuka Horn. Thanks to the people beforehand who showed me the way. I do have a map, but following the snow is easy. Made it to the top of Klein Fuka Horn, 3,026 metres, and damn, look at that glacier. That is the Rhone Glacier, and it is huge. We're going to go check it out either today or tomorrow at the very bottom of it, but being up this high, it's massive. It is so big. Going to spend a little longer up here and just take it in. Making my way back down. I didn't film through the big rocky, gross area. Oh, hang on a minute. Ugh. Stinks like poop. Oops. thing I'm wearing appropriate footwear. Oh dear. There we go. Last one. Done a few of those. That was definitely the slippiest one and the one I decided to film, so go me. Really stoked with the walk. Definitely going to be doing more of this. Absolutely loving it. I just put some rocks under the wheels, chock it up with a rocket up, just so it doesn't roll down the hill. That would suck, especially if we're not in it. And now we're going to go check out the Rowan Glacier without paying, hopefully, because we're not about that. Went to the little viewing point. It cost €9 just to get in and have a look. It might include an ice cave thing, but we're like, nah. So we're taking the public hiking trail around over the top of the restaurant because we don't want to pay the money. Good little walk from yesterday, and we're just around the corner. Obviously, everyone knows about climate change. It's not fake news, it's a real thing. And right in front of us is actual living proof. So you can see over there, there's like a big separation with a green vegetation above and the grey line below. That's where the glacier was, obviously a number of years ago. Looked down at a couple of old photos, and where this viewing platform is, this whole lake area here was actually covered by the glacier only in 2007. And so they reckon on average, since measuring it, it recedes about 7 meters every year. However, it's gone a long way back since 2007, all the way around the corner. And it wasn't only sloping down, it actually came up and across all the way and then down. Absolutely crazy to see how much it's melted. Going to hike up a little bit further to get a better view and check it out. So all these people walking down the hill are headed to the train station. We're in the town of Lauterbronn, I don't know if I said that right, in Switzerland. And it's a massive tourist hub for Jungfrau. So Jungfrau is a high peak, 3,500 meters up, and it's got the highest train station in Europe. We were going to do it, which is why we're here, but we rookied it a little bit and didn't buy tickets, didn't really look into it until last night, and then found out it costs $150 per person just to get up there and back. And that's more than our daily budget. So we are bailing on that idea. We found something better. We found a glacier 4 hours away that we can walk right up to. It's totally free and open and no tourists or buildings or anything. So we're gonna go check that out.
Good morning. We are currently at Glacier de Moray and we parked up last night. The weather was beautiful, but we got here a little bit later. So we decided to leave our hike up to the glacier for this morning. I have been super unwell, super sick with the flu for the last 2 weeks. And it's taken me a little while to get over it. So I'm super excited to be back outside with Dunk and to go on this hike this morning.
Walk this morning up to the viewpoint for the glacier, I think is only about 2.5 Ks one way. And so back in Perth, you'd measure a hike on its distance and be like, oh yeah, I can do easily 4-5 Ks an hour, no problem. But over here for 2 Ks, we're climbing 450 meters straight up. So it's like 2.5 Ks, but it's an effort. And so we're puffed. It just takes a little bit of thinking to acknowledge there's a difference with alpine hiking and flat Western Australia.
So this is the next part of the track. It's super sharp, it's super steep. We looked at the two options of going around the glacier and left was way worse than this. So this is a better option of the two. So it's going to be like a 5 meter hike, stop, breathe, 5 meter hike, stop, breathe.
Made it to the top. How do you feel?
Done. Tired. It was steep. We have made it to the top. Took us about an hour to get here. We met two lovely couples on our hike up who actually crossed the glacier, who were kitted out with gear, rope, harnesses, crampons. The cool thing about speaking to the couple was they're actually French speaking, but it's great that everyone can speak English here because obviously Duncan and I can't speak another language. But what we've learned is we've crossed the border in Switzerland where people speak German and are now speaking French. When I say border, I mean imaginary line where everyone just starts speaking a different language.
So we just left the top of the little lookout area on this pretty steep walkway path. Down that way is the glacier, down that way, pretty steep. Gonna head down back to the van and make some lunch. I think rice paper rolls is on the menu today. Hello home. Let's do lunch.
If you know Duncan well, you know he likes helicopters. Look what just rocked up in the car park.
Right up in the very top of the valley is a little cabin, a little mountain hut with accommodation and a small restaurant, cafe place. And they're literally flying water up to the cabin. And he's done 2 with 2 to go.
We are celebrating 6 years together, yay! So we have decided to get outdoors and do something active. Funny enough, we both didn't realise it until about 10:30 this morning and this was already the plan, so we're going to go with that. So the hike today involves a beautiful natural track, which will then flow into a couple of man-made bridges and ladders, all bolted into the side of the cliff.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
So funny because on this hike we've probably crossed or passed 15 plus people, and in each country we can kind of rock the hello, thank you, excuse me, please, no, yes.
Bonjour.
But we're definitely faking it. We don't know anything more than that, and if it gets to a deeper conversation we smile, we laugh, we nod, and then we say English only. Mate, I hope there's some goats kicking rocks off the side of the wall.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Very bouncy.
What do you think of Switzerland, Karen?
It's been beautiful, hey. We've been pretty spoilt with a couple of campsites here. They're all free, but they're totally fine for caravans or camper vans to come along and park. Beautiful view, mountain range, free toilet, €3 shower for the both of us. We have been spoiled. It's literally the car park of where we went hiking. We are on the road again, heading towards Italy. So we're going to cross the border from Switzerland to Italy, making our way to my sister and her husband, who are meeting us with my Italian family in the northern part of Italy. So stay tuned to see what we get up to in Italy, including Ferragosto, celebrating with the Italian family, and exploring the beautiful Dolomites.